welcome back everybody. In today's episode we'll be getting all the differentials mounted to the sachet, and hopefully we'll be getting to do the A-arms as well. As usual, I've got all my hex drivers or Allen drivers. I've got my DDM Racing T-bar slash driver. I've got my DDM extended bits, got my shorty bits, my medium sized bits. I've got my trusty ratchet, tweezers, hobby knife, and I've got some greases. I think only thread lock I will be needing will be for the center diff. This is the rear bumper, just to make sure. I think this bolts onto the rear differential, so I have to check that out just for reference. I don't know if I'm going to put it on today, or I might put it on, I don't know. And obviously I've got front to center and rear to center drives, so they'll be going on today as well. Obviously I don't have a 5th scale stand at the moment. This is my first 5th scale RC. Just for today I'll be using the box that came with my FID battery box. Okay, so the first job we're going to start off with is, yep, you guessed it, cleaning your screws. I know it's a boring job, but it's very important. Okay, so this is what I'm up to. Almost got all the screws cleaned, and as you can see, I'll show you guys, look, this is how much dirt comes out of the screws. Okay, it's not just the tiny bit, you know, there's so much of it. Okay, so make sure you clean all of that off. Let's start with the front diff. I have to show you guys, otherwise it's just rude. We've got some beautiful, great British weather. It is raining, don't get me wrong. Look, it's raining and I'm having a good time at home. I'm not gonna lie, I love these kind of days. When it's raining, I find it very relaxing. I feel at peace, man, in it. Especially when I'm doing this as well. I'm totally relaxed today. I don't know if you guys can hear it in my voice. I had to get the front bumper out as well, because this bit goes in here in between. I will be putting the bumpers on just so you know, but obviously I can mess around with that later. So just so I can get all the fitting right, you know, so everything is lined up properly, I'm going to put them on. If I need to in the future, I'll take them off if I need to work on something, but for now they will be going on. Okay, let's just start screwing these in. Okay, get my bumper in, line it up. Okay. Alright, so everything's on, but just loosely, okay? I haven't tightened it up completely. I'm gonna keep it like that until I've got everything on, then I can tighten down everything. Okay? Onwards. Let's start on the, should I do the center or the rear? Let's do the rear first, and then we'll come back to I'm already experiencing the 5th scale effect. This is massive. This is huge, man. So now we're going to screw this down. Flip it on its side. Okay, so the rear diff's in. That's solid. Let's move on to the center. Okay. So here we have the center diff. This is how it's gonna look. That looks banging, man. I'm not gonna lie. That looks amazing. This is a bit heavy, so let me get a little bit prepared first. There you go. Line it up and get one in first. Alright, so keep these screws a little bit loose. As you can see, it's just on there, but it's loose, so we can get the dog bones in. I think I should get the couplers in first, line them up, and then I can work on, yeah, let's do the couplers next. Okay, so I've got my couplers. Going that way. Okay, and I do want to grease this up actually. Okay, so before we start putting the front to center drive in, we're going to clean this, grease it up. Got some Roven boots, so I'm going to clean this up. I'm just going to give this boot a once over. Don't have to do this, but I'm just a little bit extra, man. Anyway, I just like everything to be in order. Okay, I will be siliconing these in silicone spray so it lasts a bit longer. These couplers are clean. They don't need to be cleaned, but why not? I'm gonna do that and we can skip to the next step. Okay, so it's silicone time. This is the silicone I have at home at the moment. It's the WD-40 one. I've been using this for a while. This is great stuff. Gives you a banging shine, and you guys know I love shiny stuff. So we're gonna use this today. But I have used others. Plastic bag. Put your boots in there and go to town. Marinate these two. I will be getting the gloves out very soon because I don't want to mess about with silicone, man. You guys know how I feel about silicone. It's great stuff, but not when it harms your health. So, okay. So I'm going to leave these two marinating in there until I need them. Okay. With these Area RC, there's like a little groove you can see, so the bottom sits on there. Okay, so just giving these guys a little wipe down. You don't have to do this, but you know me, I'm just a bit extra. Let's see, quite a bit of dirt. Okay, next. Line them up. I'll do the front first. Okay, get my boot. Now this is the hard bit, getting this through there. Best way to do these is basically turn them inside out, basically like a pillow cover, how you put a pillow on. But it's not going to be easy. I'm sure it's going to fight me. Okay, so flip them inside out and then gently put some silicone spray just to help it slide through, not tear anything. Okay, so I've got it in. Right, just got to take your time and just, you know, Do it bit by bit. Pull one side down, then turn it around, do the other side. And when you come to the end, get something like this. These pry tools were made for this job, you know. So once I got it here, I poke this in through the top, pull it down a bit, hold it with one thumb, and then get the other side out. Okay, so that's done. Now all we have to do, flip it around now. Okay, so here we go. There you go. Perfect. See? Now I've got the boot on. So silicone really helped, you know. Without the silicone, I don't know how the hell this was gonna go in, but it's in now. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is start putting the coupler on. I have put a bit of grease in there before. Just slip this in, get your coupler and align it like that. But before we do that, before we put the pin in, I'll get some grease in here. Sorry people, it's really black on black, so you probably won't be able to see. Okay, fill that up with grease, bit of grease here, bit of grease there. Okay, ready to go. Well, now you get your pin, and these are the 30 degree north pins. They're not the area RC ones. There we go. Okay, that's on. See, it's nicely greased up. Okay, so we will clean this up a little bit before we go further. Want this grease to stay here. Okay, it's just the body you need to clean up. Okay, you see? Perfect. Alright. Okay, so just like before, get my boot, flip it inside out. It's a little bit difficult because there's silicone on there, but you need it. You need that lubrication, otherwise you will rip something. Then you can help yourself by pushing it along, but just be gentle, go side to side, you know, take your time. Don't try to, let me try to show you guys how it's done. Oh look, you see, it's already ripped. Can you see? There's a little rip here, so that's gone. Can't use that no more. Okay, so this is what happens. Alright people, there's a rip there now, so that is useless. That's why you have to put the silicone on, and you know, you gotta finesse it. That's why I got spares. I got like 3 packets of these. You know, I knew this was gonna happen, so I don't want to be stuck with just the ones I have and then, you know, don't have any more. So that's why it's always best to get spares. Let me lube this up and we can start again. So here we go again. It's all nicely greased up. Take 2. Let's see. I'm hoping the first one went alright, you know, so let's just see what happens. You have to do this, you know. There are special tools to like put them on. I think Fast Steady bearings do them, but I haven't got them at the moment, so there's no point talking about them. I have to carry on. I'll just try to show you guys. Really gently, go side to side. This is long. This is reminding me of the freaking O-rings. Okay, so finally I got it in. Okay, like before. I'm sorry I couldn't get it on camera, but I had to proper concentrate on this. So what I did, this came around there. I had to put this tool inside and sort of pop it over this hump. Okay, so it's in. Now make sure at the last minute don't rip it. There you go. Perfect. You see? It's all nicely done now. Push this back a bit. There we go. That's perfect. Okay. Hopefully I haven't got any tears in there. Doesn't look like it. So I got my pins. I got my coupler. Line these holes up. There we go. Get my cross pin. Oops. Line this up. Okay. Let's try to get this. There we go. Perfect. It's in now. Okay. So now have to do is grease it up. Okay, that's done. All greased up, ready to go. Just put some grease on this side as well, the excess. Put it on there. Okay, now we're ready for the next step. Okay, so now we're going to put the coupler on. Once we put it on, we line it up, we put the pin in. We have to spin this basically, the outer shell. We got to spin it, and there's a grub screw. Okay, so we're gonna have to put that grub screw in as well. So let's see if this even fits. I'm gonna have to take this off. Okay, so I had to take the center diff out again, but I knew that was most probably gonna happen, so I did keep it loose. So that's a good thing. And line this up. Okay. Okay, so here you go, that's in. I need to put the pin in, and then I have to do the grub screw. Okay, pin in. There we go. There we go. Both pins are in. So I'm going to get my handy tool again, and I'm going to try to line this up perfectly. So, a bit more. Just don't know where it's catching, you know. That looks fine. Probably here. Okay, so just cleaning up my grub screws. I know people boring, but it has to be done. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise it will pop out. Okay, so I've cleaned up all the grub screws. Now we just have to align everything and screw them down. But that's easier said than done. Okay, So now, before I start putting anything in, I'm going to clean this out. So all this trouble, people, I'm going through is because on the Losi RTR you get, it's like a O-ring, not O-ring, it's like a C-clip that goes on here to hold the couplers together. There's like one here and one there. Okay, I really did not want to deal with C-clips. I hate C-clips. Freaking C-clips are just the pain of the RC world. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, so now I can see, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's all nicely lined up. Okay, get some thread lock, give it a good shake. Alright, so now screw the grab screws in. Job done. Put your Loctite. Okay, there you go. And okay, so now put your grab screw in there. Job done. Get the next one in down there. Once you got one grab screw in, it'll be easier to put this one in because it's going to stay lined up. All this trouble just so I don't have to deal with C-clips. That's how much I hate them, people. Get my other grab screw, Loctite. Okay. Okay. Job done. Alright, give you a closer look. Grab screw, grab screw. Okay, so now everything should stay in place, nothing's going to come off. All we have to do now is slide the boot over all the way up to here, and that'll be job done. But again, this job is easier said than done. There we go. So just get a little clean up. Okay. Now just slide it all the way to the end. Here you go. Now you can put a zip tie here just to make sure nothing slips, but if I do that, probably do it later. And one here, maybe one here and one here, but we'll see. Okay, what we're going to do next is do the same with the rear, and then we can bolt this down. Okay, so just like before, get your pin, align it, and push it all the way in. Okay, just a little bit tight, I'm not sure why. Okay, too much. Okay, a few more taps. There's our grub screw hole right there. Get one of my grub screws. Okay, same again. Get some thread lock. And just like before, align it and screw it in. Okay, I've grub screw, Loctite, and screw it in. Easy peasy. Just as I say that, it's giving me trouble. If it doesn't line up, don't strip them. I'll jinx myself. Okay, so this is what you have to do, people. Just be patient. If that happens to you, cross threads, take it out, screw it in again. If it doesn't go in, take it, don't force it. So you see, and now it's gone home. Perfect. Okay, now just push the boot home, basically. Okay, there we go. See, easy as that. Give it a little clean. Don't want this grease up in here. Okay, and then just push it home. There you go. Perfect. Well, now what we have to do is put these dog bones in and screw this down. Okay, so this is essentially the hardest job for today. Alright, so you got to hold all of this, make sure these dog bones don't come out. Got to hold this down and then screw them in from the bottom. Line up your center diff. Okay, that's about it. And get one in. Once you've got one in, it should be easier because it will hold one end. Okay. Okay. We're on a roll, people. Okay. Now I am just putting them in for now. Alright, I'm not Loctiting them or anything. I will be doing that later. See, I cross threaded that right then. So just take your time, okay? Don't strip anything. Alright, so there you go. So I've just put them in there for now. You know, there's no Loctite on them. They do need Loctite. We will do that later on. This might have to, the center diff might have to come out. I'm not sure yet. But here you go, people. Front diff, center diff, rear diff. Okay, everything's in. Got my boots on. I think most of the difficult bits are done now. It's just going to be the most enjoyable stuff. I'm going to call it now, people. Okay, I've been doing this for a little while. These boots gave me a bit of a headache, like the O-rings. I've had a very productive day. Got some stuff done. I'm really excited to get this on the road. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Thanks to all my subscribers for all your comments and your subscription. You guys are awesome. I'll speak to you guys next week.